This is Jump and Shoot, and boy, it's stinking here. I'm so upset. I freaking recorded yesterday, and I made all this progress. Well, all I did was like to do the Mount Pyre section. You just go in there, you fight a bunch of guys, and that's it. And then I was explaining that OBS has trouble full screen applications, because if you have it set to record just the window and you switch to full screen, if you click anything else other than the application, it freeze frames in the preview window, and that happened for like 20 minutes after I explained it, and I ruined the recording, and everything was fucked up. But basically, I was talking about revisiting Pokemon XY, and why I just wanted to cement in my brain like why it's my least favorite Pokemon game. I stopped whining about standing all day. Now it doesn't bother anymore. What do you want with Team Magma? He wants to have to go steal a submarine. Oh yeah, you have to go to a stupid place. You have to go to Slateport? I'm trying to think of like the logic here. Well, like, why do they want you running around like that? So, because I just did the thing where you go to Mount Pyre, and then you're on your way to Lily Cove, and then like, what? Why? So I guess the logic is you come back down here. There's a whole route on this place you can visit. Then you're back here, and then you go to Slateport. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I need to go. Wait, no, this is right. You're supposed to go to Slateport so you can see them take the submarine, right? Okay, yes, that's right. So yeah, anyway, I played X and Y, and this is my first impression of it, just like way back in the day. I was coming off of Black 2 and White 2, and I was expecting to see all new Pokemon. And I turn on the game, and I'm all hyped because they show off the starters. You get Fennekin, Froakie, and the other thing. And then you go to Route 1 in that game. The first thing you see is a fucking Lillipup. I'm like, the fucking dog from Gen 5? What are you doing here? It's been too soon. So a lot of the Pokemon in that game are not new, so they have to sprinkle in Pokemon from other games, but I feel like for some of them it's been too soon for me to start seeing some of the ones from other games. It's like I really wanted to see new ones, and they're so sparingly with it, because outside of the starters, the first new one you don't see until like, I don't even know, Bunnelby, the rabbit, the fucking rabbit. I'm the fucking rabbit. Anyway, you see that one, and then I don't remember what else. But it's still the shortest gen by far out of all of them. I remember there being like exactly like 70 new Pokemon, and that's including some of the mystery gift like legendaries like Volcanion, which I don't even think made it into that game, or Diancie. I'm thinking because maybe it's because it's, you know, their first time making a game with 3D models, so they would have to make models for Pokemon Gen 1 through 5, and then the new ones, and then they were like, okay, let's not make a ton of new ones so that we don't kill ourselves. But if I know anything from making art, you do have to suffer a little bit, and they chose not to, which made the art suffer, ironically. But no, I get it, because they're going from making sprites like their whole lives to suddenly doing 3D models for like the newest like mainline game. I get it. And the starters are okay. They're dual typing, which I like. Greninja is popular and cool. Fireface, Delphox. Delphox is kind of cool. I'm not really feeling Chestnut. And I get their whole theme. They have a theme this time around. It's like, it's they're based off like the classes of warriors. You know, the Chestnut is like the tank. Delphox is the magician, the magic user, and then Greninja is like the offensive, agile character. Like, I get it. You know what? And I do appreciate them because Gen 5 was like the last straw on the camel's back about like fire and fighting starters. Because there was Blaziken, Infernape, and then Pig Knight, or whatever his name is, Emboar. That was like 3 firefighting types in a row. And then the last one that broke that streak was Delphox. It's like, oh my god, finally. If this thing fucking is a fucking wizard and ends up being firefighting, I think people were gonna like commit seppuku. Modding? Those criminals. What are they planning to do with my Submarine Explorer 1? I named it so well, it couldn't possibly be stolen by anybody else. They can't be. They can't be after the super ancient Pokemon that slumbers at the bottom of the sea. The game is made for kids, y'all. They have to spoon feed everything to you. Someone has to get to their hideout in Lilycove and stop them, but I've got no chance alone. I can at least get you as far as Lilycove. Yes. I did just fly here. It would be actually no problem at all. Throughout the game, in terms of like Pokemon and you encounter, there's a lot of Gen 1 push, surprisingly. I kind of understand it. It's the first game with Megas, so and the first like ones they revealed like were Mega, the ones for the starters like Mega Venusaur, Mega Blastoise, Mega Charizard. And it was all over the advertising too. It was like it was the whole thing with Pokemon Origins. It was like the big reveal at the end where he uses Mega Charizard to fight Mega Mewtwo. It's like it was a whole thing. But like pretty early on in the game, after getting your starter, you do like 2 routes, and then they give you the Kanto starter. So you get 2 starters to begin with. I don't have the fucking Pokemon that you're looking for. So, yeah, but you also start to see, like, Psyducks and Mr. Mimes and Farfetch'd and Slowpoke and stuff like that. Instead of, like, the new Pokemon. Which is just, it's really weird to me now that I think about it. And then coming after that, after X and Y, was, like, not immediately after, but there was a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee game that came out for the Switch, and that was the first Pokemon game for the Switch, which is just Gen 1 again. So there was that. Like they really wanted you to look at Gen 1 for in that time frame. And since Gen 6 does not have like a legendary trio like Raikou, Entei, or Registeel, or the 3 fetuses, like this game just gives you access to the legendary birds, and that's this game's trio. But it sucks because it's dependent on your starter. It's not even like you can get all 3 of them in the game. So, like, let's say you pick Froakie, you get access to Zapdos, and you have to, like, chase that around the entire game and before it ends up in a cave. It's like, this is dumb. And I do like the new Pokemon that are in the game. Since there's so few of them, I can't bring myself to, like, hate a lot of them. They usually... For this one, they hit the major beats, like, oh, there's a fossil, there's the rat equivalent, there's the starter, there's the electric mouse, the den, it has a dragon, Goodra, it has trade exclusive, or trade evolution type Pokemon, like Phantom and, what's it called, the pumpkin one. They just hit the typical beats, and then they move on. But of them all, I really like the Honedge line. I don't care what anybody says, Objectmon or cool, cause like you can only do like electric or elemental dogs so many times, or just like a cat or a bird or like whatever. Like start to get weird. I appreciate Pokemon like Klefki and Honedge, Aegislash, and all that shit. Trash Bag, Ice Cream, fuck you. They're cool. They're actually monsters based on the best like ideas come from like trying to take an object and turn it into an animal, in my opinion. Also, I say this playfully, but fuck you, my friend who said Diggersby was a bad one. No, Diggersby is cool. I like Malamar. I do kind of like Noivern is cool. It's a big like sound-based Pokemon. A lot of people like Goodra and Hawlucha. Talonflame is probably the worst named one. It's just Talonflame. It's like if they named this one like Bird Wing. You know, it's a dumb name. But yeah, a lot of the new Pokemon are fine. I like Malamar. Malamar's a sick ass design. And oh, back to the Gen 1 push. Like at the end of the game, there is Mewtwo. I think I might have already said that, but on top of like Zygarde being the game's like Rayquaza that you find next to the two box legendaries, Mewtwo is also in the game to make use of the Mewtwo X and Mewtwo Y thing. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god. Okay, well you are at level 51. Wait, what? The monitor shows pictures of Maxie with different expressions from different eras. Whoa, I wonder if this is hinting at the bit in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon where this Maxie is like an alternate universe Maxie, but according to this, he's looking at a picture of himself, or somebody knows or has a picture of old Maxie from the original Gen 3 games. That's crazy. Azoth. A stands for the beginning, Z stands for the end. They're planning shit way back then. This is Pokemon AZ, and then AZ is a character in an X and Y, and then they're making Pokemon ZA. So I don't know what the O, the T, and the H stand for. Project Azoth. See, this is the kind of cool lore stuff that they only hint at because they don't ever go fully through with anything. I don't know what the O, the T, and the H stand for either. And according to this, A is the beginning, Z is the end. Z to A, Legends, probably stands for like the end to the beginning. So it's like the backstory that catches you up to the present. I'm assuming, because it's a prequel before X and Y, or something like that. That's cool. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry because it is cool. I'm not sorry because Game Freak keeps pulling their punches when it comes to this shit, and it's like, dude, just come on, man. Just go full into your plot. Stop leaning into the kids game stuff. Kids will literally like anything, and you pull back. I feel like they restrict themselves too much. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, the region is boring like I remember. Areas aren't fleshed out as they could be. And yeah, I was saying, like, people complain about linearity in Pokemon, but like this game is actually just a circle. Like if you look at any other game, like it gets kind of windy. Like if you look at the Gen 4 route, you go like here, you go there, you go here. You might, in most games, you usually backtrack like a little bit, but it's just, you just go around in a circle. And then I didn't play Sword and Shield, but like that game's region is just kind of, you just go up. The general direction is up. That's probably worse than X and Y, and I'm glad I didn't play that one. Progression wise, like everything is still based around, you know, HMs. But so you end up having a guy in your team who's just got like all the HMs or some of them, and I feel like they're just wastes of slots for attacks because they all just end up being like normal moves. It's dumb. I don't like it anymore. I'm glad they stopped doing it, but this was like the newer game at the time that was just like, man, we're still doing this. No wonder. I don't blame people who dropped off after or before or during Gen 5. Because they were just like getting tired of this shit. And then Gen 6 was like more of the shit, in quotations, even though I like Pokemon. But thankfully, the ones you use throughout the game are just Strength, Surf, and Fly. Like, those are kind of required. And then Rock Smash and Waterfall are optional? Like, I beat the game and I didn't get them, so I'm assuming you have to do other stuff to, like, really explore the region, which isn't really that great to explore. I want to say about the caves in the game, they do try a new perspective, where it's just, like, behind the camera thing, but it's just a straight line. Oh, you do need to go here for something. Yeah, it's just a straight line in the caves. It's like, I like this perspective, but it's just a hallway. It's annoying and I hate it. Hooray, I did the least fun puzzle to do in this game. It's a showcase. There's a lock on it since you can't open it. It looks like it's just a fossil. It's a showcase. I love showcases. Is there any lore that I can glean from this? It's a model of a large sailing vessel. There's not a single mote of dust on top of the model. So does that mean Maxie? I think this is Maxie's room. Does that mean he still has like a aficionation? He still has a appreciation for like the sea deep inside of him because he takes care of a boat. Like, why would a guy who cares about land take care of a boat? Am I going to be able to run from this? Yes. They try to box you in with all this crap. Oh yeah, here's the Master Ball. It's in this room with a bunch of Electrode. Isn't that hilarious? No, it's not. And the story is pretty standard. It's kind of that thing where people might be getting tired of this, you know. There's 8 gyms. I don't remember most of the gym leaders. They're not. I like Olympia because her gym is cool and she looks cool, but I don't remember anybody else. I just know that the type they use. There's an ice guy. There's a grass guy. I guess the fairy chick is new, so she's memorable. There's a bug girl. The rock guy. And the fighting gym leader who gives you the Mega Pokemon. She gives you a Lucario. That's all I remember. And I literally just played it like a couple weeks ago. And there's a villain, Lysander. He's dumb. People think he's like kind of boring. His whole thing is that he thinks the world is ugly and he wants everyone to be beautiful, but he's like forcing the beauty on everybody, and it's like kind of bad. And you know what's funny is the part where one of your rivals, I forget, you have like 5 rivals in that game, we're all your friends and you're all going on an adventure. Well, there's a part where you're going deep into the Lysander Labs part, and she's just like talking. She says, I get what he's saying, but his metaverse is kind of extreme, lol. And it's like, well, you don't have to get what he's saying. He could just be like a problematic person. Your villain isn't as nuanced as you think. The guy wants to force the world to be beautiful and get rid of all the ugliness. It's like, okay. But his methods are just so extreme. Oh, yeah, whatever. There's nothing to get about him, you know? I have a real nuanced villain in my playbook of, like, the fandom, like, the fan creation of Pokemon that I'm doing. What are you doing? Just hit him. And I forgot about Lysander is that his battle takes place, like his battle scene, it takes place like on the surface of the sun. And I don't remember why that is. I have the pictures, but like his Mega Pokemon is Mega Gyarados. I guess there's no Mega Fire Pokemon. I don't know, like maybe like Mega Houndoom would have made sense, since he's like red and he has a Pyroar. That makes more sense to me. But yeah, I guess it's because Gyarados is like the atrocious, the ugly Pokemon. So it's supposed to be ironic that he uses a Gyarados. Oh, what's about to happen here? Oh, this is new for the remake. You know what? Let's have you fight fucking 5 guys. This is literally 5 guys. The game. I hope I have a guy who has a multi-ground attack. Oh, they're only level 18. It should be fine. Yeah, let's use Magcargo. So anyway, yeah, the Team Flare shit is pretty standard, but this game does introduce the Pokemon War, which AZ talks about, the giant character, and that is kind of cool, and there is some potential with him and in his whole arc to just at least be different from the main games. Like, I kind of wish it focused on that. Hey, I was using him. Okay, this is also who I wanted to have out. Wait, what happened? Why did I thought I used Lava Plume. I don't know what happened. Oh, they got burned and then somebody roared him. Okay. Well, how did he not go first if he got roared? Anyway. Earthquaked him up. And then what you also have to look forward to is the post game with Looker. It has nothing to do with like Zygarde or anybody or any legendary or Team Flare. Well, actually, it's like a new Team Flare arc, because you team up with Looker. You're helping this girl who's afraid of Pokemon overcome her shit, and she gets like brainwashed into becoming a secret agent for them. She gets like a cool suit of armor. She looks like a Tron character. I think that is cool. Why? I wish that was part of the main game or something. I don't know. That would have been cool. If like instead of your rivals that you have in the game, your rival is this rogue agent who you help save from Team Flare throughout the game. Like, that would have been much cooler. I could rewrite X and Y, but I'd be going on fucking all day. You go beat Champion. The Elite Four is there. I'm not a huge fan of Diantha as a champion. A lot of people like her because she's just like pretty and stuff. But I don't think her team is that interesting. She has to have all the new ones because of course she does. And then she has Mega Gardevoir. I don't remember if she uses it the first time you fight her. But, you don't need recover. It's weird that he has recovered. I didn't think about that. Go away, Courtney. No one loves you. You just have purple hair and you're a freak. Change the world. Oh, you were talking to them, not me. I thought you wanted me to change the world. Okay. Leader Max 8. ... Mission complete. Leader Max 8 has departed for the development of humanity for our dreams. To you, who I have not foreseen, I will give a hint so that you may dream the same dream as us. Leader Maxi is headed for the sea, starting out from Lady Cove. It does the sea. It's a C4 cavern. Oh god. Looking around in these towns, that might work. I don't know what you could do to get here. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell. She's so weird. Can I use the escape rope out of here? I hope. I think there's an item here at the end. Oh, no. It just takes you to the exit? Yep, okay. I didn't get that item. It's probably not important. Yeah, but this Elite Four, like, the actual building is probably the best looking. Like, it's a fucking cathedral. And you go inside, it doesn't look like you're in a Pokemon game. It looks like you're in, like, a Final Fantasy 3DS game. That is pretty cool. Now, I don't have Dive. I'm pretty sure you need Dive. I don't know who gives you... Oh, wait. Yeah, okay, now I remember. I'm remembering things. Okay, you get it eventually, is what I'm going to say here. The Gen 6 Elite Four, like, it's pretty nice looking, and I can see why they ended up putting it in Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate. It is kind of like a good one, as opposed to, like... Well, I guess they have a lot of them. They have, Oh, no, that's not true. Fuck. All they have is Unova, and that's it. Overall, it is not that great a game to go back to. It is a game of firsts for the series. It's the first 3DS game. It's the first handheld game with 3D models. It introduced Megas. There's the Fairy type. It's the first, like, nationally released game, or not nationally, like, globally released game. So it starts out by letting you pick the language, and the language you pick is the factor for the Vivillon you get in the game, which is, like, all of its patterns are based on like, different countries. I forgot, but at the end of the game there's this, like, song that plays, but not really. It's just not... There's, like, a song playing during the credits, but it's not voiced at all, so it's just words on the screen. But the theme of the lyrics is about, like, connectivity and, like, diversity and stuff like that. So it's woke! The game is woke! Before wokeness. Just kidding. It's just about connecting to other people in other regions and countries and getting to know them and stuff. You have to talk to the signs so that you can fly to the roads. That's dumb. Yeah, there's the Fairy type that made a lot of Pokemon better or worse. I feel like, because Dragon did have it too good for too long, you needed a Fairy type or something to kind of put them in their place. Or I think it's just a little bit balanced. You know, Steel types were kind of walling everybody off too much too. So, and then Ghost and Dark type needed a bit of a buff. Like, I think like now I appreciate all these changes. But I forgot while playing this game, Megas needed to be fixed. So the problem with Megas and Gen, like specifically X and Y, is that when Pokemon Mega Evolved, their speed didn't change in the first turn. So some of their abilities didn't activate either. So like you would Mega Evolve and then not be able to do the shit that the Pokemon is designed to do now. Like my go-to example is something like Beedrill, who gets like a gigantic speed buff when it Mega Evolves, but like the first turn, it's still super fucking slow. So it can't do anything and it dies. So like you have to put Protect on. And it's a waste of a move slot. And then there's also Mega Sableye. No, not Mega Sableye. Mega Banette, who has the ability Prankster, but Prankster doesn't activate in the same turn. So you can't use like any status moves on the first turn, and it's dumb. Okay, are we here at Moss Deep City? Oh, here it is. It's Moss Deep City inside this big pearl. Also, I wanted to mention this earlier, but like This game has a map. Gen 6 does not have a map, and it's really annoying to navigate. Like, any particular route, or like, your just general direction to like find out where to go. It's super annoying to go through. I thought there was an item here, but I could be mistaken. But yeah, the game is just very annoying to navigate, sadly. And I say this like, it's just because I know it's just Pokemon. It's designed to be like just a casual walk aroundy game, but like walking around in that game sucks. Or just like the structure of all the routes is just annoying. And it's not good to go back to because there aren't any like useful resources that help you build a team or anything like fun to interact with after the game is over. There's a gym here. I realize I don't have a ghost or dark type or anybody who has those moves, so it's going to be very difficult. I guess I could just put Escargoon there. Like, there's not really a way to get the hidden abilities in that game. There's no move tutors in that game. There's not enough, like, tools to manipulate the IVs or... Okay, well, there's a way to EV train, which is good. It introduces the super training, which is, I feel like, is one of those steps that they took to, make all the boring, like, stat stuff accessible. Like, okay, well, let's turn it into a game. Where you just do this for like a little bit, and then you have a fully EV trained Pokemon. And then, I think Gen 6 introduced horde battles where you fight like 5 Pokemon at a time. So you can do that to EV train more efficiently too. And it introduces Pokemon to me, a way to, like, it's just such a fun little, like, digital pet mini game, like, you know, what do you call it, Tamagotchi type stuff. There's that. And then the Battle Mason is an interesting change of pace from like the typical Battle Tower, and I think it's better than the Battle Subway too, in that it's the first battle facility that introduces like individual battles. So, like, you can battle for you can go to a battle, win, and then stop right there and, like, take a break or whatever you want to do. But you also get the points from doing it for each individual, like, match. As opposed to previous games where you had to do, like, 7 matches in a row to get, like, 3 battle points. Like, the return investment on doing that after, like, playing that is so bad, and I don't find it enjoyable anymore. I do like this. Like, I even like the battle tree in Gen 7. Please don't die. That would be very uncool of you. Oh, come on, dude. You're 7 levels higher. I might have to use Shell Smash like every single match. Okay. You will die if you go out there, so I guess I'll do this. You know what, I guess I can just use... I don't know why, for some reason, I thought, like, the Psychic Gym would have a bunch of Steel and Rock types. I know the gym leader has it, but... I guess I could have been just having this bird out here instead. I don't know why I have him, my cargo. I know it sucks. But I'm having it for the lulz. Because I know it's bad. But yeah, the Battle Mason is good for what it introduces mechanically, just as a post-game thing. I'm mad that they did it twice, and it ended up in this game, Oraz. It's the first time you can customize a character. You can use skates to get around. I forgot to say this, but a lot of the fairy types make older Pokemon better. Like Gardevoir is fairy type, Clefairy is fairy type, Togekiss is fairy type. Granbull is fairy type. Like, and all of the ones that are just like pink are ending up to be fairy type. And you know what? Good for them. That's what I say. Good for them. But what sucks is that a lot of stuff in X and Y just doesn't go anywhere. There's the 3 big power plants in the desert. There's nothing around Zygarde. Again, not having like access to like the typical like move tutors and ways to get certain Pokemon. Just yeah, I feel like, or like some of the stuff that you would usually see in a definitive edition type game like Yellow or Emerald or Platinum, like we're never gonna get to see that because they never made a Pokemon Z. And the game had like glitches and bugs as well, and like you had to like patch that shit out. He doesn't have a water move because I took it off. Okay, well this might be worse. I hope it doesn't use a Psychic type move. That would be very bad. And well, at least it used Hyper Beam. Ouch. Okay, you can take that. You don't take shit from nobody, Satan. Whee! But you all are still very weak, so you're gonna have to go in the grinder. Guard split, huh? What are you planning here? Okay, I guess nothing. Like a lot of stuff had to be patched, and since like, by a lot of stuff I mean you can't, if you save in Lumio City, you can't continue the game from there. And if you use like the Wonder Trade, I don't know if I noticed this, but if you use the Wonder Trade back in the day, you get a Pokemon back, and after you evolve it, you can't teach it any new moves. Like, it doesn't learn anything new, and it doesn't learn any TMs or HMs or anything. It can't do anything. So I'm like, I think I have encountered that, but I don't remember. And there was like tons of errors in the global trade thing. Like the game would crash or freeze if you try to use like search by filter. And I don't know if you can patch it anymore since the eShop is gone. So like, let's say you wanted to go back and play this authentically by getting acquiring a 3DS, acquiring a physical copy of X and Y. It would be like base patch, like it would be 1.0. So I don't know if you would be able to update it to all the way to like 1.5 or 1.6 or whatever it's on. Like, it doesn't even tell you, like, what the last patch's notes are. It just says fix various bugs that are in the game. Like, we don't know what those are. They could be game-breaking stuff. Or they could be annoying stuff that makes the game, like dumb to go back to. I don't know. But I'm assuming if you go back to play X and Y now, physically, then it's just not gonna be great. Also, I will say this, I played it on emulator on my Steam Deck, and I think normally where it would crash on a 3DS, it just made my Steam Deck like slow the fuck down. It's at the point where I had to like hard shut off my Steam Deck and then turn the game back on, and potentially lose my save over this shit. It's like, wow. Like, I wouldn't be able to. You could probably like manually patch it through like, but only through a ROM, I'm assuming. All right, can you do damage with a Shell Smash now, please? Ooh, okay, thank you. All right, we might be back on track if we just use Shell Smash like we're supposed to. And then, yeah, the errors in the global trade thing, but not that like you use it anymore anyway. It's one of those things that you can't interact with anymore because the game is offline. I was gonna bring this up later, but there's a big problem with the trade thing. There was one in the late stages of like its life. So all that said, like, I do like to think about what if a real Pokemon Z came out. Like, if it would fix any of those things, like, it could come out with, like, all those patches in place. It could be, like, a time skip, like Black 2 and White 2. Just that the region, or, like, the structure of the game isn't the exact fucking same. Please don't kill me. Okay. I should have used Soul Smash. It's just so that there could be, like, new towns or new characters or something that you could do. All the Zygarde stuff, they can include that. The stuff that ended up in Sun and Moon, because I do think it's weird that the Zygarde stuff ended up in Sun and Moon. It's all over that game. Like, there's Z moves, there's the Z something, I don't know. You start picking up Zygarde pieces, I think in OG Sun and Moon, and then in Ultra Sun and Moon, there's like a new Zygarde form. There's the Power Construct Zygarde. There's a Zygarde dog. Some special events that went on through Sun and Moon's like lifetime, where they would give you the special Floette that AZ has. They would give you Diancie. They would give you Volcanion. Like, it's weird that those Pokemon are technically Gen 6, but they never got to be in Gen 6. So that it's the only way to get them is through events in other games. And then, other than hacking, obviously, but it just sucks. And it couldn't, since the typical thing that happens is they put out a game, they put out a remake, and then they put out the second version of that game. Like, I'm pretty sure Platinum came out after Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and then this game came out after X and Y, Pokemon ORAS, so typically it would have been, did I just go backwards? Fuck. Dude, am I not, do I have to reactivate it again? What's going on here? Oh wait, okay, so now I can go straight. Is that what I am to glean from this? Whoa! Alright, we are here performing for you. And since I'm assuming the Pokemon Z would have come out after ORAS, like Pokemon Z could have all the Dex Nav stuff that's in this game that makes this game better to go back to. Like it could have the super training and all that stuff. It could have the Dex Nav, the area nav. It could have an actual map. They could take out the HMs. They could have a better Battle Mason, or they could have like newer facilities to go through on top of the Battle Mason. Not like a full-on Battle Frontier, but like just 2 other good facilities that are like fun to play or something. Just something. The X and Y is just bad overall. And I only replayed that just to find out why. And now I know why. What exactly is it that makes it my least favorite game? So yeah, I've said all I need to say. It's been fucking an hour. I know sometimes I talk, like I smile a bunch and my words get mixed up. Alright, so you're gonna use Stealth Smash, and then you won't die. You can Mega Evolve. No, I can Power Up Punch. Alright. Hopefully they don't focus on Escargoon. Use that. You're cool now. Solar Beam. What are you fucking around with Solar Beam for? Oh, that's bad. Okay. You're gonna kill my guy, aren't you? You must be kidding, aren't you? You know what? I kind of agree with the guy saying that this game could have had the features that it missed from Emerald. Because, like, being this far into this game and then the double battle gym leaders only having 2 Pokemon, it just feels kind of underwhelming at this point now. Alright, so we can do a team attack. Okay, never mind. Yeah. There we go. I do think that Fiona is going to die this turn. Yeah, but like they could have had a much fuller team. And then what I forgot to say, like, people was complaining about the easiness factor in Pokemon games, but like X and Y, no person you fight usually has like more than 3 or 4 Pokemon. I think even the Elite Four, they just have 4 Pokemon at level like 60. And even after beating the game, like nothing changes. They still have 4 Pokemon. So it's just like, it never gets any more difficult. And that's kind of disappointing. Even this game, well, after you beat the game, the Elite Four changes. They have higher level Pokemon. They all have a Mega now. And it's like nothing has really topped that stuff. And Scarlet and Violet doesn't even have Elite Four post game. You just beat it once and that's it. So like there isn't really a way to like grind levels efficiently in X and Y. The only thing you can do is just beat the Elite Four over and over again, usually. And since the Elite Four in that game doesn't get any more powerful, you're just stuck getting the same amount of experience. But I guess it doesn't matter in the game, but it is just like a goal some people like to have, is to bring a Pokemon to level 100, even though you don't have to do it in that game. But it's just one of those things where they strip away like somebody's like personal goal they might have to make room for some other mechanic, or they might take something away just because they think that it's not popular amongst players. It's like, okay, fine, I guess you can take away the Battle Frontier, even though I like doing that. You can take away EV training, even though I like that. It's just one of those things. X and Y, it's just one of those things. The world is ending.